with me in these streets. I don't want nobody fucking with me in these streets. Y'all, I don't know what I did with my glasses. Wholeness, infinite water flowing through you. I'm pointing to this is Tyrone Jackson. I do this from the heart, from the soul, from the streets. So if you think I'm here to play around with you, you should leave now. If you decide to stay, that means you'll allow me in your energy, as is my intent, to create conditions that promote health, wealth, and abundance. So let's get started because you know we dominate these time constraints. And let's see. What's the energy? What's the energy looking like over the next 24 hours? The Seven of Cups energy is out here. The Seven of Cups, the Devil card. Don't try to fit in. Like, stand out and stand out on purpose. Remember, Divine One, at this time that you were not born to fit in. And, like, making the band, Diddy making the band. It's like the energy of somebody acting like they can't make a decision between you and another person. Let's say you're in a romantic relationship and somebody's making it seem like it's so hard to choose between you and their baby daddy or you and their baby mama. Make it real easy for them. You're not an option to be like weighed like you're a physical item, like a possession. You're not a possession to be weighed amongst a person's other possession. You chosen, and if you don't treat yourself like you chosen, it's other people who will know you chosen. They'll know you chosen and still treat you like average every day, making the band. That's what's on this board over the next 24 hours. 515 angel number. You get what I'm saying? It's people who will know you chosen. They at one point in time they chose you themselves, and it's still to try to put you out on your ass when they think they become too good for you. Don't never let nobody put you in a position where they act like they don't recognize and realize your value. And even if they don't, 515 angel number, recognize and realize your value, then you should. That's what's on this board. Three of Swords in the next 24 hours. Heavy on, do you know who you are? Because I feel like this person knows exactly who you are, but they've been banking or capitalizing and or benefiting from the idea of you having a low self-worth or being disconnected from your worthiness, likely because of childhood, like her relationship with her mama strongly affected her relationship with this man, right? Is this type of energy is out here with the four of wands, 1111, make a wish. I think that it's we sometimes we can make things more difficult than it needs to be, because if you go where you feel loved and you go where you feel welcomed and you go where you feel appreciated, it seems so easy. You know what I mean? And then that's where you're going to find these milestones in life that make your wishes come true. But it feel like even though you can have this place and this opportunity where you're welcome, where you're loved, where there's peace, sometimes that other stuff, that temptation, it still call you over the next 24 hours. Nine of Wands energy is out here with the Knight of Swords. It's important over the next 24 hours for you to identify the thought forms, the behaviors, the modalities, the methods that come from trauma and kick that shit to the door. Get to stepping over the next 24 hours, because it's somebody trying to capitalize from your trauma. It's somebody realizing and recognizing, like, oh, you was a runaway child, so you looking for family. Oh, you got daddy issues, so you looking for somebody to validate you. It's like this person is a predator in their mind, and they looking for your traumas because they feel like if I could discover your traumas, that's how I'm exploit you. That's what's on this board. The Judgment card energy is out here, right? In all of the sea of the world of things in the sky and things on earth, things in the water, all the things they looking for something. They're looking for aspects of your life that they can exploit over the next 24 hours. So you have to know your triggers. You have to know your triggers better than anyone else know your triggers. So when somebody try to use that shit as a means to put you in bondage, you can remove your energy from it without fear that there's going to be a loss. It was some slaves that didn't want to get off the plantation. It was some slaves that didn't want to get off the plantation because they was like, master, treat us good. It's this type of energy. Recognize and realize your power. Know your own triggers so another person can't use that shit against you. That's what's on this board. Knight of Cups. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. They say, how can I exploit this person? How can I exploit their traumas? How can I exploit their triggers to my benefit over the next 24 hours? And they'll make you feel like you're missing out on something that you should have never been a part of. How the fuck you gonna put me out of some shit that you can't even have without me? He couldn't even maintain, not even for a month or a year. He couldn't maintain all of that big mansion he had without his wife. It's this type of energy. But put her out. It's this type of energy. It's somebody that's hoping in the next 24 hours you don't know your value. Thank y'all so much for tapping in, tuning in, and turning up. I appreciate your time. Time is such a precious resource, something that we don't easily get back. So every moment that we exchange with one another, I want you to know I appreciate you. And I hope I'm saying something that helps. I don't have my glasses, y'all, so I can't see. I can't see the comments. Divine feminine energy showing up. What is the most important message for divine feminine? What are the feelings looking like? Oh yeah, I'm telling you, bro. Know why you don't believe me? Shit. Over the next 24 hours, man, it's somebody that's looking at you, recognizing your worth and your value, and wanting to figure out how they can get that quality item for little or nothing. This is what I'm tapped into. It's a bargain hunter. But like you they want to see how cheap they can get you. Workplace affair energy is out here with Schmeck's addiction. And they like to use trauma from your past, or let's say it's they say and I heard. My mom used to say they say and I heard is the two biggest liars. This person is trying to use some shit that they heard. Oh, my homeboy said this about you. I heard this about you. It's this type of energy. It's this type of energy. They could be lying their motherfucking ass off. They could have never heard shit from nobody about you, but they are hoping that they could use these types of entities and energies in order to manipulate you over the next 24 hours. Thank you. Bumpy heads. Like it's nothing to talk about and there's nothing to argue about, and you shouldn't be afraid to lose whatever this is. Like if this person, if you say, well, look, I'm not interested, and they say, okay, I'm gonna take my complete offer off the table. 2 thumbs up that shit. Like, don't be afraid for this to go away and everything that goes with it over the next 24 hours. It's moving out of the way. It's getting out of the way. It's moving out of the way for something better for you, for a more picturesque type of partnership. Massive regrets. Not like it's somebody that's bargain hunting over the next 24 hours. And if you've ever seen somebody like at a pawn shop or at a flea market where you go back and forth haggling prices, right? Then they'll try to make it seem like, well, I'm walking away. I'm taking all of my shit away. And then they'll come back later on and say, okay, give me the deal. Give me the deal. Deals off the table, baby. That's what's on this board. Fake busy. Deals off the motherfucking table. If they don't recognize your worth and recognize that they should be happy to give you what you desire, then they need to go on. And whatever go with that can go too. Because it's making room. It's moving out the way for something better to come to you in the next 24 hours. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. I hope you have a very powerful, positive, and productive experience. My intentions are to create conditions that promote health, wealth, and abundance. I do that by helping others to overcome the pitfalls that I've landed in. If I'm saying something that helps y'all, double click that screen. Share the live so you can share this love, and let's find out what's tea. What's tea, spirit? Over the next 24 hours, what does divine collective need to know most to walk the highest path for the greatest good? What's tea? I want you back. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 thief. It's hard to say I'm sorry. Sorry for the things I did and done. Somebody want to say they sorry, but this person like, I don't do lies and I don't do thieves. Because I'm the type of person that if you ask me, either I'm going to give you a reason why I can't do it for you, or I'm going to do it for you. Just period point. Like, even if I don't like you or whatever, like, you ain't got to steal from me. You ain't got to go hungry around me. You don't have to be in need around me. I'm not that type of person. So if you steal, bitch, it's up. Once you back is out here with thief. This is somebody who, like, they revealed so much of their hand that a version of yourself that you only give to special people they lost access to. There's somebody who I feel like you used to look at them differently until you found out something about them, like something like lies, cheat, steal, something like that, something low vibrational, and like your energy has shifted because you might still interact with this person. This could be somebody that you're related to or somebody that you have to work with or something like that, but they want that old you back. They say they miss the old Drake, girl, don't tempt me. If they don't get it, they'll be over you. That new shit that you got is overdue. You better do what you supposed to do. Jackpot. They said they realizing now because you've turned your back, especially energetically, because you could still interact with this person, but energetically you've turned your back and they can really feel that. And they realize now, jackpot, how they was in. You know what I'm saying? Probably when somebody is in with you, they might not recognize how set apart they are from the crowd, how special you treat people, how much grace you give people. But then when they go on the outskirts, they see. This is somebody who couldn't see how close they were to you until you pushed them away, right? They took advantage of their place. You know what I'm saying? You let somebody into your house. You say, "Oh, my key is in my secret hiding spot. Go and get my key and just make yourself at home." And they make it themselves. They make themselves at home so much to where they steal. Okay, you will never get that access again. Somebody lost access to a certain aspect of you, and they realize what they lost. This is what I'm tapped into. No facts energy is out here. They felt like, I think that they felt like you were easy. And when I say you was easy, I just think that they felt like everybody got a version of kindness that you show. That everybody got this access to like some sweetness that you give. No, it's like a rose. Roses have thorns, right? Not everybody can get access to the sweetness. They didn't know it until they lost access. Ain't shit energy is out here with travel. Somebody who stole from you or showed their true colors, that maybe were taking advantage of your kindness or felt like you gave it to everybody. Like I said, this person felt like you was easy, and it don't have to be like sex. They just felt like you gave it to everybody. Your kindness, your gentleness, your generosity, whatever it was, you didn't give it to anybody. And when they showed you their treachery, you put them on the other side of the yard, right? Like you put them on the other side of the fence. The grass is green on the other side. Okay, bitch, if the grass is green on the other side, take your ass on over there. Like you put them on the other side, and now they see what it is to be like in this arena with you. And it's not even like a physical location. Like you shun people, right? It's like a way you treat people. And it's not even like you mean. You just have this generosity, this kindness, this sweetness, almost like this doting upon people that you really care about. And people who have shown you a certain version of you, it's very cold. And y'all all could be in the same room, and you don't have to be being disrespectful, and you don't have to be being mean or honoring, but you treat them differently. It's just your general demeanor, and they feel that shit. Hustling energy is out here with too busy winning. Meanwhile, you just, like, at the end of the day, this is your energy. Hustling with too busy winning. So why would somebody have to steal from you? Why, if you out there getting it and you know you finna go get it and come back with it and then do that again and again and again and again, so much so that people have rewarded you for this, why would somebody feel like they need to steal from you? So with that being said, they showed you everything that you need to know, and that's the version of you that they always gonna get. You realize that this person it's a difference when somebody don't want to see you with it. Everybody go through struggles. It's hard out here. People be on the internet acting like everybody got $1,000,000. It's hard. People out here struggling, trying to figure out how they gonna pay their kids and educate their kids and keep their kids healthy. It's difficult, right? You understand that everybody go through something, but for this person to not want to see you have it over the next 20 years, they don't want to see you have it. They don't want to see a certain lifestyle for you, so much so that they feel entitled to just, even though you're being kind and you already going above and beyond, they feel so inclined to just take something from you. Yeah, they get that cold shoulder. They get that distance. And it's nothing you saying. You're not being mean. You're not being curt. You're not being none of those things. They can just feel it. They can feel your energy. They feel it. Running energy is out here. They can feel the breeze. They can feel the cold, the crisp energy of you knowing their truth and them never being able to get certain access to you again. I don't think it's spoken. I don't think you're making no announcements like, hey, I'm going to treat you like this and I'm going to treat you like this. But this person who you realize is a thief, they can feel that shit. They heavy can feel that shit. They say, oh, you doing your big one. You on your big one, huh? It be like that sometimes. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift of others. Hope I'm saying something that helps them. A person not wanting to see you, as difficult as it is to even have like be able to keep your head above water, or let alone be able to stand 10 toes down, right? For a person to go above and beyond and take something from you because they just don't want to see you with it, because they can't see you at a different level than they already preconceived in their mind. Nah, you got to get that motherfucker from around you. You ain't wrong, king. You ain't wrong, queen. You ain't wrong. You don't need to go back on that one. That motherfucker made their bed, make them lay in that shit. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides, and we should see us walk the highest path out here for the greatest good. It said accomplice, partner in crime, people working together. People like working together behind your back in order to. It's like making it easier for something to be concealed. Drugs and poison and lies. There are people working together behind your back to make it easier for certain information to be concealed. Looks like it has something to do with somebody's consumption. Revenge energy is out here with justice. Oh, anybody who think that they're getting away with doing something, this is like anybody who think that they're getting away with doing something criminal against you is going to be caught. You never know who knows who, right? This is the energy of somebody who is literally teaming up with somebody who is a person who works with the law. For whatever reason, this person who works with the law was already watching you. You were already under some type of investigation. So now this person wanting to try to commit some type of act, violent, or larceny. They showing me somebody stealing money or whatever it is like that. This person trying to still do this act against you they working with somebody who was watching you to see if you were the perpetrator, right? Is this type of energy. So now they working together. This person is working with some type of officer of the law behind your back in order to get you caught up in something and don't even realize they telling on themselves. They think they gonna get away with something. It's like working with the police to on some type of playing hit, on some playing hit, and you don't even know the person you're working with is the police, and it's not even that nobody's gonna turn you into the law. You're literally talking to the police, and they're undercover or whatever, pretending to be something to get you to telling yourself. It's this type of energy, not you. This is somebody who is working with a police officer. Crime of passion, likely somebody that has a problem with you being aware of something or being sustainable in some way. And there go that beach card. That beach card come up a lot. And water. There's something about water and beach, and that makes me feel like something is not good. Like it's not covered well. Like you know what I'm saying? It's just at the beach. Maybe it got covered by sand, but with the rising tides or low tides or something like that, something can be revealed. It's like it's not covered well. And celebrity energy is out here. Let's get some more energy on this. Let's get some clarity on this. Emperor card is at the bottom of the deck. King of Swords, like I said, this accomplice, this partner in crime, this is somebody who's been trying to create negative energy for you, working with a authority figure. Who is this accomplice? Thank you. Well, damn. Hangman energy is in reverse. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. Somebody who wants to. They in a state of stagnancy, but they're ready to create some type of movement. This person might feel like the reason why they can't move at this time is because of you. Wheel of Fortune energy is out here with affair. They want to stop something from coming together, whether it's a relationship, like you coming into union with your divine life partner, well, which would it look like on the love affair at the bottom, or you coming into union with like your job, the thing that you're going to spend the rest of your life doing, the way you're supposed to have an impact on this planet. The Hangman came out again, both times in reverse, this time on revenge, right? But again, I told you, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy, this person is working with somebody. So like, let's say you think I'm the hitman and you call me and you don't realize I'm the police, you think I'm the hitman, and you say, oh, we're going to do it today, and I'm steady stalling. So this person is working with somebody who's constantly stalling in order to get more evidence about the lies that need to be unearthed. Likely some consumption issues are involved. Drugs, alcohol, it could be other things like smicks, right? Queen of Cups energy is out here in order to ruin your reputation or have you considered like crazy, like, oh, this person drinks a lot, oh, this person smokes a lot, oh, you know what I'm saying, they're not spiritual, they're not in tune, they drunk, is this type of energy. The Fool card energy is out here with the lies, but it's like this person doesn't know who you know, and or they don't know who know you. That's what it is. So it's like trying to put something on Craigslist. Right, like, oh yeah, let me put this violent, crime on that I can spend the rest of my life in jail for on Craigslist. Not realizing the people that's responding to their ads is already working with the police. Queen of Wands energy is out here with Justice card. Anybody who thinks that they're getting away with getting over on you or taking advantage of you in any way is getting caught up in their own plans that they make it. Hermit card energy is out here with assassination. Meanwhile, there's always a meanwhile. Meanwhile, I feel like this is over here, you maybe even being set apart, maybe even going, where is the community? Where is the connection, right? Where are my people? And you being protected at this time. From somebody's King and Queen of Wands, from somebody's pure jealousy, likely about you coming into union with your divine life partner. They don't want to see that happen. Justice card energy is out here, and you see the Justice card is blind. Yeah, this is somebody that don't want to see some type of partnership come together. Heavy Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. This person is trying to block that energy is out here, but only like creating building blocks in their own life. The Queen of Wands showed up twice. Something about your beauty, something about your personal magnetism, something about your ability to manifest and materialize without doing much physical labor. These are the things that they want to impede. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius showed up heavily. Also Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. I feel like these people want you to seem like a drunk, or they want you to seem like irresponsible in some way. Oh, you so spiritual that you can't, pay your bills. You so, in a different dimension. Hangman, Queen of Cups in reverse, right? That you're irresponsible and untrustworthy, right? But these people are being exposed. These people are being exposed and being caught up in the plans that the same hole that they digging for you. I ain't lying. The same hole that they digging for you is the one that they gonna get caught up in. They ain't gonna be able to. This plan is not gonna go the way that they think it's going because they think who they working with is already an authority in some way. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something to help. They could be trying to get this person to spend money. Like they trying to make the crime worse and worse. Spend money. Yeah, give me the money so that I can complete the thing or whatever it is like that. And you're really trying to get this person to go down in flames. And got a long list of ex-lovers. They'll tell you I didn't think. And I got a blank space, baby. And I'll write your name. Oh, it's only one love if it's torture. Don't say I didn't. Say I didn't warn you. Thank y'all so much for tapping in, tuning in, and turning up. I really appreciate your time. You won't get that back. So every moment that we exchange, I want you to know I appreciate you. I hope I'm saying something that helps. Leave a like if you haven't already. Subscribe and share this with somebody who needs this type of shit. We're going to do this junkie oracle deck. We're going to do singles, tap into love, check on finances, maybe take a look at the haters, and then get into the elements. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides, so we should see us walk the highest path out here for the greatest good. What is the most important message for the Divine Collective coming from the Junkie Oracle deck? It's like, why are you trying to reinvent the wheel? Rewind and rethink, which is this, it's upright to me, it's outdated paradigms, but some paradigms can be traditional, like higher for energy, institutional, instinctual, but they are effective, and that's why we don't change them. I attract limitless possibilities with world peace. So it's like the spirit team is saying it was working. Why are you trying to reinvent the wheel? Why you want to go and do that, love, huh? Making things between me and you love hard up. It was working. It was working. Now, what is making you decide that you want to do something different or try to institute? You know what I mean? That's what's on this board. Trickster spirit, a trickster spirit, and it's showing up not as something forcefully trying to move your hand, but trying to convince you that your hand needs to move, even though your hand is in the correct position. That's what's on this board. It's a trickster spirit, shapeshifter. It's a spirit. Likely comes in the form of a thought. A thought is they showed me somebody put eggs in the macaroni and cheese for Thanksgiving. Don't try no new shit on Thanksgiving, bitch. You try the new shit all year. You say we gonna try all our recipes. We gonna try these new macaroni and cheese. You try the shit at home. Try the shit with you and your family. Don't bring that shit to the motherfucking Thanksgiving type. We ain't trying no new shit at Thanksgiving. We doing what been work. That's what's on this board. Don't bring that shit to. Let me tell you something. I ain't playing. Don't bring that shit to the motherfucking Thanksgiving table. You try that shit at home. You got all September and the beginning of November to try all of these recipes. Don't wait till motherfucking Thanksgiving to try something new. It's not the time. This is what I'm tapped into. It's been working. It keep working. It work every time. Every time you do it like that, it work. Now why you trying to do something different? What's going on? It's making me nervous. What's going on? Don't reinvent the wheel. That's what's on this board. Everything is working together for you. It's been working. It worked like that every time, all the time, every year. We always do it like that. Don't try to do nothing different right now. Probably try like wait till after the holiday season. Then start trying all the new things you might want to try next holiday season. It's just not a good time right now. That's what's on this board. You already know what worked. You've been doing it. ABC 1, 2, 3. ABC. Easy 1, 2, 3. All simple as do, re, mi, A, B, C. 1, 2, 3. Ain't hard. Hey, it ain't hard. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. Always someone saying something. Look at the spirit. Look at the spirit. Look at supernatural. Look at John. They say, get that motherfucker. Get him. I don't know where it's coming from because what you was doing was already working. So why are you thinking of doing something differently, right? Consistency is key. When you unsure about anything, keep doing what's been working. And when you come through that feeling of unsure, you'll be on the other side and know to keep doing what's been working because it's already working. It's already working. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Let's take a look at the singles over the next 24 hours. Your time is a precious resource. Something that you don't easily get back. So every moment that we exchange one another, I want you to know I appreciate you. I hope I'm saying something that helps. Over the next 24 hours, what is the most important message for my singles? Aisha, you are the girl that I wish I had. Ugh. This been coming up a lot. I feel like it came up earlier, like somebody trying to get you in a competitive mode. Trying to subtly stir feelings of inadequacy by comparing you to, everybody got their own gift, talents, and abilities, and there are going to be some things that you shine at, and some things where you might not glow, but you have your light. And this is the energy of comparing you in order to amplify your insecurities to make you more malleable. This is what I'm tapped into. I tapped into it earlier. Somebody can't pick between you and another person. Make it real, real easy for them. Love is the answer. Energy is out here. And if they can't pick and decide where they want to direct their love, then you choose you. If another person can't decide what they want to do with their love, then you always choose you. You always make sure that on your end, you're going to be straight in regards to love. Even if it's not coming from an external place, it's going to come from within. I'm talking about, bro, I just work here, bro. The words, it says unworthy if it's backwards. It says unworthy, and it's this entity that's using people to try to benefit or capitalize or use some type of mental weakness of you feeling unworthy. That likely comes through childhood trauma and experiences, addiction, what people said about you, the way people try to label you, the way people try to, instead of helping you work through the choices that you made and get to the root of things, try to use it as a reason to accuse you. You got to get away from people that's like that. Everybody make mistakes. If you read the Bible, look at the people that's in the Bible. David was a murderer and adulterer. Moses was a murderer, and he was a fleer. He had issues with escapism. He stuttered. Look at all the people in the Bible that God say had type of affinity towards. They all had their shortcomings, and it's like this person is trying to use your shortcomings to keep you small. That's how this feel. Being guarded, right? They don't want you to realize that even though, in spite of all of the things that a person could say about you that you've done wrong in the past, you've done some good shit too. It's some worth, it's some value only because God breathed his light into you. You are fearfully and wonderfully made, and that's Bible, baby. Losing yourself. I'm telling you, singles, over the next 24 hours, it's heavy on somebody that it's like, I'll get you drunk and try to get you to go home with me, or give you some other substances and hope that make you so inebriated that you're not making sound decisions. It's somebody that want to capitalize off of childhood traumas that look like, that materialize, that physical, that show up in the physical as unworthiness, not knowing your worth and not knowing your value. This person is wanting to, a predator. This is a fucking predator because they know how to identify a person's weaknesses. Oh, you was a runaway child. Oh, you had drug issues. Oh, you and your mama argued all the time. Oh, your father wasn't in the home. They know how to, they looking for the weaknesses so that they can try to fill in that gap. So that they can try to make you feel feelings that your daddy should have made you feel, that your mama should have made you feel, so that you trauma bond. That's what this turns out to be. So that you trauma bond with this person, and it reinforces all of your own personal preconceived notions for the next predator. Right? It's like a predator ring where they say, "Oh, I'm gonna prey upon your weaknesses, leave you more weak and more vulnerable for the next predator to get you over the next 24 hours." It's heavy on, do you know your worth and do you know your value, in spite of the things that people will say you've done wrong, that people will try to use to cast on you. Procrastinate energy is out here. And are you willing in your own right, through your own self-love, to move through it? The kingdom of heaven is within. It's not outside of yourself. And if you haven't located the kingdom of heaven inside of you yet, don't go looking for it in the world. That's just going to be a caution. Over the next 24 hours, if you haven't found the kingdom of heaven inside of you yet, I promise you it's going to be shit versus Shinoa before you find it in that world, okay? What they say, hell first, high water. I ain't lying. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. If you're in a partnership and currently in a relationship where you say, okay, we together, you already got titles on this thing, well, let's look into love. Love, love, love. Power couple showed up in reverse. Love. Now that we got love, 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 love. I don't love these niggas. Dust off these niggas. Do it for fun. Self-love. This has been coming up maybe over the past 5 days for couples where I feel like your partner may be focused on work, dealing with their own personal family issues. There's issues that are going on with your partner at this time that won't allow you to kind of help them like you want to help them. Likely at work, or with their, intimate family, like they mommy issues, they got mommy issues, they got issues with their siblings, okay? This is not a time to feel neglected or to feel rejected or to feel like you aren't being included in something. This is a time, the space and opportunity for you to kind of focus on self-love. This is for people who are in a relationship. You're not supposed to be trying to find your way out or trying to escape or looking for another way to blame this person for something. They got issues going on at work, they got issues going on in their interpersonal affairs with their family. Right now, you being supportive of yourself in the ways that your partner can't show up, you're supposed to be taking up their slack. That's what this is. Even if it's with yourself, especially if this person isn't being on purpose neglectful. They got shit going on at work. They got shit going on with their mama, their sister, their brother. It's this type of energy. Commitment energy is out here right now. And even in the ways that your partner would normally give you attention and give you love, you're supposed to be taking up that slack. Mutual feelings energy is out here with worth the wait. I don't feel like you hop, skipped, and jumped into this relationship, but I really feel like you took your time to get to know. It was in order to get into this commitment, you had to learn how to trust yourself. You had to become vulnerable. You had to wait till you could feel safe enough to be vulnerable. And it's like you ready to hop, skip, and jump already? No. No. I just feel like right now you're supposed to be taking up their slack, even if that means doting on yourself for a while. Taking yourself out to eat, doing some things for yourself, hell, even including some things for them. I know you couldn't go get you nothing to eat at work today, baby, because I know you're swamped. I brought you some lunch. It's this type of energy. In the ways you normally expect this person to show up, let them know that you understand what they're going through, and this partnership is for sure. I like this energy. I've been liking it for about all week for the people who are in relationship. You know what I mean? They definitely think about you. They definitely think about the times and the experiences. It's just life is life in at this time. I don't feel like it's nothing personal. Life is life, and then it does that. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something. Let's take a quick look at finances over the next 24 hours. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the highest path out here for the greatest good. Creativity, pen, pad, note, like keep a pen next to you, keep some paper next to you, like be ready to write down your ideas, be ready to write down your dreams. Spending energy is out here. I feel like you're gonna, develop some creative ideas around budgeting or how you can better balance your finances. Because I don't feel like for a while I was like, make a budget, make a budget, make a budget. I feel like you've made a budget, right? But like adhering to the budget. Excuse me, burst of confirmation. Even like shifting your habits, right? Okay, I made the diet. Now don't go to Burger King. I want Burger King. Fuck that. I don't want no celery, bitch. It's this type of energy where you kind of have this plan, you kind of have this spark of inspiration, but it's like shifting, morphing, shape shifting into the version of yourself that follows these plans, that is obedient to the guidelines that you set for yourself. It's kind of like what you're going through right now. Like shit, building up the muscles, building up the endurance, building up the breath to be able to stay in the game like you need to stay in the game. I like this. Yeah, I like this. I like this. I see new assets. If you keep up this good work, which it feels like changing your diet or going on an exercise plan, to me, energetically, that's what it feels like. But if you stick to this, baby, the things you see yourself purchasing, I've been seeing somebody buy a warehouse. I've been seeing somebody buy a warehouse for their business. I've been seeing that motherfucking warehouse for your business or whatever it is like that, a fleet. Maybe if you need vehicles because you work in some type of delivery industry, I've been seeing this major purchase happening for you. And so, stay on the ball, stay on the train. You training came out. This thing is coming together, right? Right now, you're going through this like metamorphosis where your physical self is shifting into the version of you who kind of does these things. Kudos on making the plan. Make the plan, work the plan. Now, you in the energy where you working this plan. Give me some more energy. Be gentle with yourself. Training. No, remember that you just learning this. If not just learning, you're just implementing these new thought forms, these new ways of being. So you know that it's gonna take yourself, your new self, time to kind of morph, to get used to these new behaviors, to get used to these new modalities. Don't be severe with yourself is what I'm saying. When you make a mistake or when you go against your diet, so to say, you say, hey, I messed up. That's not what I wanted to do. I make healthy choices. You affirm and reaffirm. You know what? I make healthy choices. That wasn't the healthiest choices to make. And the next time when I'm in this position, I'm going to make a better choice. You reaffirm, and positive reinforcement is going to be your most powerful path forward. I feel like if you're too severe with yourself, if you're too, oh man, I fucked up again, da 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 da, you're gonna quit. You're gonna give up. Overtime energy is out here. It's going to become exhausting. It's going to become something that's no longer fun, something that you don't want to do. Something that you're, opposed to, and you'll run away from it. Okay, if you are gentle with yourself in this way, and you slowly but surely morph, transform into this version of yourself, I see that you'll become one of the top sellers. You'll be eventually create more comfortable conditions around what you do for a living, and payday, baby, big payoffs. Okay. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. Always hope I'm saying something that helps. Over the next 24 hours, I want you to be not severe. I want you to be gentle with yourself, almost understanding like, I'm just learning this. I'm really just getting started in this new way of kind of behaving. That type of energy. Don't be too hard on yourself. Okay, let's look at the haters and then we'll do the elements. Over the next 24 hours. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the highest path out here for the greatest good. What is going on? They can't copy you no more. Says copycats. Trying to be just like you in everything you do. They can't copy you no more. It's some level that you move to. Certain, like, they can't copy it no more. In Mars retrograde, impulsive rage of anger, hostility, major blobs, and fights. There's also this narrative that they wanted people to believe about you, where they were constantly provoking you to get a certain reaction out of you, maybe sending people towards you to see how promiscuous you were, trolling you to see how reactive you were. None of this is working. All of the shit, they can't copy you no more. They can no longer match your energetic frequency. It's likely been a long time since you've actually been in the same room or had a conversation with this person who probably at one point in time was close to you. They were so close to you that it was easy for them to mimic your frequency. They can't do this any longer. Pyrite helps shield you from the harmful effects that technology can have on your mind and body. Like we have been working with pyrite recently. I'm also seeing something about the bathroom or something like that. But whatever cleansing and protection rituals you've been implementing are very effective at this time. They mock you when they feel jealousy towards you. This is very, very true. At one point in time, it was almost like ha 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 ha, like a slight chuckle. And now it's becoming like people are like all you do is think about this person. Like you claim not to like them. Like you've been so non-reactive to their trolling that even people who are next to them are like, you say you don't like them, but bruh, you got me interested in a person. I never even knew the person existed until you told me about him. Now I kind of like the motherfucker. It's this type of energy. Like, what? I'm confused, bro. Possess an amulet and have it blessed with protection. Some of you all have been doing a lot of protection since we've been talking. Since we've been doing these daily check-ins and looking into the energy of these haters. You've been wearing your protective amulets. You've been wearing your protective oils. You've been paying attention to the signs. Like if you wear your protective amulet and somebody say, oh, I like that. What does it mean? Or, they give a special attention to it when they never paid attention to you before. Then like you're paying attention to it. Envious of your career and the money you make. This comes up, and I know you hear this every day. Every time you get a tarot reading, they tell you that it's this somebody that don't want you to be able to stand 10 toes down. This is somebody that don't like that you can take care of yourself, because if you couldn't take care of yourself, they feel like you would come to them. They feel like they would have you on all fours, and they would be able to put a collar around your neck, attach a leash to it, and walk you like a dog. That's who this is. This person could be related to you, or you might have like kids with them. Possess a talisman to amplify your bathroom, whatever you're doing in the bathroom with the pyrite, that's working. And whatever you've been wearing, you've been covering your hair, you done blessed some earrings, you done prayed over a necklace or something like that. That shit is fucking working, and now they can't match your energy any longer. Whatever they do is like people see it as the great value. People see it as the toxic version of who you are. Be careful not to overindulge in alcoholic beverages and drug use, y'all. Every fucking deck I used this morning has said something about addiction and consumption and drug use. In the next 24 hours, it's heavy on somebody say, I'm gonna get this person out their body. I'm gonna get them beside themselves. I'm gonna put them in, that's like uh drugs is sorcery, because they can put you into a stupor. It can put you in a state of being that makes you easily influenced. I can say things to you when you're drunk or when you're smoking or whatever it is like that, and you don't realize it's just accessing your subconscious, and you open to it because I gave you whatever I gave you and you consumed it, right? So be aware of people trying to get access to your psyche, your subconscious, and even your system. You can't eat at everybody's house. even getting access to your system through these methods. Mercury retrograde, delays, problems, and interruptions with transportation and communication. Right? Even like, I can't go home. I got to spend the night over here. I didn't get the message about this, that, and the other, so it's gonna take a week for me to do what I was planning to do tomorrow. Is this type of energy? Be aware. Whatever you've been doing to protect yourself, keep doing it. Claiming credit over your success. This person who used to be able to copy you, to try to steal your electromagnetic frequency, to try to like siphon your money and capitalize off of your energy, they can't copy you anymore. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps people. Say, bro, you act like you want to be that person. You act like you want to eat them. Something. You can't eat at everybody's house. Oh, you can't eat at everybody's house. You can't eat. You can't eat. You can't eat at everybody's house. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something else. We're finna do these elements. See who turn it is. Who we got? Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces is going to start us off today. We're going to check in with the elements over the next 24 hours, do another collective message as you start your day. Thank you so much for tapping in, tuning in, and turning up. I appreciate your time. Your time is a very precious resource, something that you don't easily get back. So every moment that we exchange with one another, I want you to know I appreciate you, and I hope I'm saying something that helps. Are y'all ready for this? Blah, 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 blah. Say you can't eat at everybody's house. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising. The Queen of Pentacles. She sees that her trading is profitable. She sees that her trading is profitable and her lamp does not go out at night. Some of you may be doing candle work at this time for money, maybe even candle work for protection. And now that you're putting so much, amplifying your energy with so much protection, there's going to be a lot of produce. The PRO kind of prefix is showing up a lot. What is this? This says the Knight of Pentacles. So Jacob served 7 years to get Rachel, but they seem like only a few days to him because of his love for her. So it's like something that had been delayed. Amen. The release is here. Something that had been delayed, something that had been caught up in the spirit. It's like you needed to repent from something. It's like you needed to reattach to your divine assignment is what it feels like to me energetically. And I feel like you being disconnected from this divine assignment was so subtly the way these witches did it, and whatever routines that you had implemented that had you on a path moving forward, you slowly and surely got off that track. But I feel like you realized it, like, oh, I haven't been doing my daily prayers, or oh, I haven't been, whatever it was, and you back on it. And this is like there's a release that's happening within the next 24 hours of something that's been held up energetically for you, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. But now there's a release. Give me some more energy. 5 of Cups energy. And the card says, after he had spent everything, there was a severe famine in that whole country, and he began to be in need. This is the prodigal son. And it's like, it just feels like you got your mind right. It feels like in ways that you had been disconnected or beside yourself, you're being realigned with your divine assignment. Like you're getting back on where you left off at. And that's what it feels like. It feels like maybe for a time you had to go and see if that relationship was going to work out for you. For a time you had to go and see if that job was going to work out for you. For a time you had to go and see if that city was the right city for you. You had to go see if that was the right place for you to go to. And now you know. And you know you're ready to get back to, business, so to say. Give me some more energy. The 10 of Cups. He will be a joy and a delight to you. Many will rejoice because of his birth. It was like you had to go and see if it was somewhere else. Like this is realizing that you gonna get it through God. After you go everywhere else in the world looking for heaven, you know what I'm saying? After you go everywhere else in the world looking for relief, looking for bliss, looking for joy, looking for happiness, whatever it is, you say, "Damn it, God was always giving me that." That's what the prodigal son did, right? He said, "Dad, give me my inheritance. I'm ready to go. I don't need to learn no more lessons from you. I'm ready to go." His dad wasn't even mad at him. He said, "Cool." Gave him his inheritance. Went out and squandered it. Say he was eating with the pigs. He said, "My dad pigs eat better than this. I can go work for my dad, even if he don't accept me back as his son. I can work for my dad and eat with his pigs and eat better than this." When he went back home, he was brought back into the family, and it's this type of energy, in some way, shape, or form, which I feel like spiritually you went back home, where almost like there was this disconnect, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, from you and divine. Like never, God is always there, right? Waiting for you to say, realize that God is always there, right? But sometimes in our flesh, we go and we explore things that we feel like will make things faster, will make these things easier, will make them more fun. And you're allowed that. That's the illusion of free will. You go out and you get that shit and you say, "Oh shit, let me get back to God." And then God's like, "I'm ready for you." Is this type of energy. And so something is being released to you. Nine of Cups, the card says, as the time when the Jews got relief from their enemies, as as the month when their sorrows was turned into joy and their mourning into a day of celebration. I'm telling you, something is being released to you over the next 24 hours. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, that had been like caught up and you had to repent from something. You had to repent from something. You had to say, "God, I realize what you're trying to tell me now. I see. Do you see where we going with this? Huh? What?" You say, "God, I see where you going with this now." And it wasn't a force. God ain't making you. You choosing God now, where you was out in the world looking for other options at first. You willfully choosing God is different. It says, and the card says, King of Wands, "I have been with you wherever you have gone, and I have cut off all your enemies from before you. Now I will make your name great like the names of the greatest men on earth." And this is what I'm tapped into. And that's when Saul was constantly provoking David, "Do something that goes against God's will." It was against God's will to harm the king that he had put in place. And Saul was constantly provoking David, "Do something that goes against God's will. Do something that goes against God's will. Do something that goes against God's will." But because David wouldn't do that, then God say, "I cut off all your enemies. I got you, baby." And it's this type of act of penance, this act of fidelity to the divine that's unleashing all of these blessings for you in the next 24 hours. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, you couldn't go get it nowhere else. And you had the right to go look. You couldn't get it from nowhere else, and you had the right to go look, and God gave you the freedom and the space and opportunity to go see, and you coming back home. You coming back into the divine. This is what I'm tapped into. The card says, "So Pharaoh said to Joseph, I hereby put you in charge of the whole land of Egypt." And so after you've been sold out by your brothers, and after you was put in prison and accused of horrible things, and your rights and your authorities and your privileges stripped, thrown back in prison, only to become right hand to the king, is being released to you. God is making your enemies your footstool. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, over the next 24 hours, you're going to see evidence of this avalanche beginning to unfold in your life. That's what I'm tapped into. The Hermit card energy is out here with John the Baptist. It says when Jesus got baptized, right? And that was the beginning of his ministry. Is this type of energy where there's this, marking of an occasion that's going to be the beginning of some ministry you're going on, okay? Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. The card says, he said, "In my distress, I called to the Lord and he answered me. From deep in the realm of the dead, I called for help and you listened to my cry." So you may have been in the belly of the whale for a while, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but the whale is going to regurgitate you. The whale is going to throw you up in Nineveh, right where you're supposed to be. I am so grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. My intentions are to create conditions that promote wealth and abundance. I do that by helping others to overcome the pitfalls that I've landed in. If I'm saying something that helps, y'all double tap that screen. Leave a like if you haven't already, and share this with somebody who likes this type of shit. That was Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We're going to do Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. And let's pull some energy for the earth signs over the next 24 hours. Let me know how that resonated for you over the next 24 hours, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Thank y'all for tapping in, tuning in, and turning up. Share this with your friends. And if you can't share this with your friends, then just tell them about our daily check-ins. Maybe next time I'll see them in the chat. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the highest path out here for the greatest good. King of Wands came out. The card says, I have been with you wherever you have gone, and I have cut off all your enemies from before you. Now I will make your name great like the names of the greatest men on earth. I just went over this kind of synopsis of the story when Saul would constantly provoke David. David never would retaliate against Saul. He even had made a promise to his son that he would never retaliate against him. And because of his fidelity, not only to Saul, but to his God, God rewarded him for that. That's what this is. Not King of Wands energy is out here. It's something about patience, too. I have been with you wherever you have gone and have cut off your enemies from before you. Now I will make your name great. It's patience. When David was first prophesied, Jesse's son, you know his dad named Jesse. Your dad named Jesse, so I just feel like he probably might be black or something like that. Either way it go, when the prophet came to Jesse and said, "Go get all your sons," Jesse ain't even get David. David was in a barn or doing something with the sheep or something like that. Jesse ain't even go get David. And then after the prophets had went through all the sons, he said, "You must have another son because it ain't none of these niggas." And then he said, "Well, David, but I know you can't be talking about David." Is this type of energy? 10 of Wands, King of Wands energy. That's 2 wands, 8 wands, 8, 9, 10 wands. I put 2 labels on my back and started walking. And Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo is the energy of nobody ever thought, like nobody saw it in you. Like it could have been your cousin, it could have been your big sister, it could have been anybody but you. But now seeing that it's you, it's like it's this type of energy. It's something about the story of David. And after he had spent everything, there was a severe famine in that whole country, and he began to be in need. This card makes me feel like it's the prodigal son, prodigy, right? It's the energy of it being in you and not on you, and you could be butt naked in the jungle, and you're gonna come out with a chinchilla, no diddy. That's what's on this board, and just you having to go through experiences, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, and recognize this. Over the next 24 hours, what I see is 8 of Wands, 10. 18, 19, that's 1 wand, Ace of Wands. I feel like you taking action. But it's something about patience that's on this board. It's something about almost not even having to take action. It's almost like because you've been obedient, something is being rewarded to you. And so there's nothing that you have to do other than continue to be obedient. That's how this feels to me. The Wheel of Fortune. It ain't nothing that you got to do but keep up this consistency. When what his name was, Joseph was sold into slavery by his brothers. The only thing he did was stay true to who he was in his heart. He was who he was in prison. He was who he was when he was accused of rape. He was who he was when his brothers threw him in that pit. He never changed his heart despite the circumstances. That's what this is. It's nothing that you got to do, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, other than continue to be obedient to what God has already instructed to you, and then it's just coming to you. Like the fall just coming in a couple of months. Yeah, like it just coming. Yeah, ain't nothing you got to do. Eventually it's going to be, them leaves outside going to start turning brown and orange, right? It's this type of energy. It's just coming to you. Give me some more energy. The Knight of Swords. At once he began to preach in the synagogues that Jesus is the Son of God. Paul the Apostle. Right? This is when what it was on that road to, he was first, his name was Saul. It's a lot about Saul's showing up. Saul changed his name to Paul on the road to Damascus when he had a vision about pigs and shit climbing up a sheep or some shit like that. But at first he was against Jesus and Jesus' mission. And then all of a sudden he was down with the cause. It's this type of energy. So it might be like, well, at first you feel like something wasn't going in your favor. Or at first you feel like you was being heavily persecuted by something. But then all of a sudden you know the power of God moved because it's in the presence of your enemies that God's power can be made known or be seen most palpably. So that's where you're supposed to be. Ace of Wands energy is out. You're not supposed to be running from it. You're not supposed to be running from it. You're supposed to be, I'm talking about in it. Right? The Bible says that God will prepare a table for you before you in the presence of your enemies. So when you see these people coming up against you, don't run from that shit. That's where you're supposed to be. That's where the miracles happen. I'm talking about in it. It says, when the Lord saw that he had gone over to look, God called to him from within the bush, Moses, Moses. And Moses said, here I am. We talked about Moses yesterday. We talked about Moses, and Moses said, God called Moses, and God said, Moses, go get my people from out there in Egypt. And then Moses said, I stutter. And God said, Moses, but I'm going with you though. It's this type of energy. And there's nothing that you have to do other than continue to be obedient to what God is doing, and then miracles will happen to you if you're not running from it. That's what I'm tapped into. Queen of Cups energy is out here with the Three of Swords. There's a lot of fear about being persecuted or about people, maybe people, not realizing and recognizing that you come from God, like who qualifies you, don't worry about that. Just be about your father's business. The Ace of Pentacles energies, when Jesus was in the synagogues, he was questioning the Pharisees and the Sadducees, and they said, who is this person? Who gave him this right? Who gave him this knowledge? Because he wasn't supposed to know that. But remember, God will always choose the called to confound those who think they wise. This is what I'm tapped into. Ace of Pentacles energy is out here with the Ace of Wands and the Six of Swords. So if you continue to just do and be what God is telling you to do and be, then it comes to you. It's like it magnetizes. It's necessarily nothing that you have to do over the next 24 hours. Come, let's sell him to the Ishmaelites and not lay our hands on him. After all, he is our brother, our own flesh and blood. His brothers agreed. That's what I was just telling you about Joseph. Genesis 37:27, when his brothers took him because he was his father's favorite, and sold him into slavery. But because he didn't change his heart, he was made right hand to the king. And that was the first card that came out. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Let me know how that resonated for you, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. It just seems like there's going to be some difficult energy around like your obedience, what that looks like for you, and being like patient in obedience. But that's going to be your most powerful path forward. Knowing that you, through your obedience, you doing what you're supposed to do. Because you're doing what God is telling you to do, that's what you're supposed to do. All right. So we did Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. We're going to do Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. At this time, y'all double tap that screen and share the live. If you haven't already, leave a like. My intentions are to create conditions that promote health, wealth, and abundance. I do that by helping others to overcome the pitfalls that I've landed in. If I'm saying something that helps, y'all double tap that screen and share the live over the next 24 hours. If you can't share this with somebody who likes this type of shit, then go ahead and tell them about this. Tell them to be here, be there, or be square for our next daily check-in. We're going to do Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, but let me just ground my energy. Let me ground my energy really quick before I get into this air sign energy. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What is the most important message? Ten of Swords. Bruh. Love you so much, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. I'm going to read the card. This is Samson and Delilah, obviously, right? If you look at the imagery. But it says, after putting him to sleep on her lap, she called for someone to shave off his 7 braids of hair. Obviously, he had locks. And so began to subdue him, and his strength left him. Judges. Like, the thing about Solomon is, what's not clicking, Stephen? Like, why didn't Solomon recognize and realize that Jezebel, what her name is? Delilah, my Jezebel. Why didn't Samson realize that Delilah was the enemy? Why didn't Samson realize that Delilah was a threat? Because of the shit that came with Delilah, right? All of the other temptations. So a lot of times it's difficult for you to realize that ABC is the threat because they the plug. And you the plug for whatever it is that you like to get, nigga. It's just like you can't realize and recognize that this person is the very person. You said, Samson said, all you gotta do is tie me up with a ham bone or strings or something. And next thing you know, his ass tied up with strings. He ain't told that to nobody but Delilah. He told the bitch something else. Next thing you know, he in that situation. He ain't told that to nobody but Delilah. But he missing the fact that everything he telling this monitoring spirit ass bitch is coming to life because of all the other shit that come with her. That's what's on this board, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Over the next 24 hours, what's not clicking, Stephen? You can't realize that the threat is closer than you recognize it is because of what come with it. That's what I'm tapped into. The card says 2 of Swords. God tests Abraham's faith. Then God said, take your son, your only son, to whom you love, Isaac, and go to the region of Moriah. Sacrifice him there as a burnt offering on a mountain. I will show you, right? And so it's this energy of, if you're willing to make these necessary sacrifices. If you're willing to make these necessary sacrifices in order to be aligned with your divine and recognize that God is going to show up with the offering, that's what this looks like. But 10 of Swords with the 2 of Swords, that's going to break down to 3 Swords. That's needing to let go of something that's really hurting you. It's you sitting on attack, or you holding on to a rope and it's cutting off your circulation. It's this type of energy. Queen of Pentacles energy is out here. It's costing you more than you realize, because every time you invest in this person, every time you invest in this relationship, every time you give time to this thing, it's double. You don't got to double it. You know I gotta double it. And so you thinking it's gonna be this much, you think it's gonna be this much, but it's double. It's double your time, it's double your trouble, it's double your energy, it's double your effort. And your spirit team is wanting you to make the sacrifice of this thing. MSG. She sees that her trading is profitable and her lamp does not go out at night. Proverbs 31 lady is wisdom. She's wise enough to make she know how to she know how she I put my game down, flip it and reverse it. It's your flipping nip and flap, yeah. The queen of the Proverbs 31 lady know how to flip it. She know how to double it. It's this type of energy. But it's like your spirit team is saying, if you're gonna get into this, if you're gonna utilize the wisdom that you have innately and naturally, then there's a sacrifice that you have to make. And the sacrifice is this treacherous individual. It's a treacherous individual. Chariot card energy is out here in reverse. That's always gonna be an impediment in your path. This is Pharaoh's pursuit. You can ask the children of Israel trapped at the Red Sea by that mean old Pharaoh and his army. If God ain't with you on these plans, then where the fuck is you going? Huh? If God ain't with you on a particular plan with somebody, then where the fuck is you going? See, that's the thing about Delilah. Samson mama had made a promise to God about him in the beginning of his life. So he wasn't even supposed to be fucking with no Phoenician. What it was she was, Phoenician or whatever she was. He wasn't even supposed to be fucking with no woman that was outside of his tribe. Anyway, and that was the beginning of his sin. And this is what I'm tapped into. Where you going without God's permission? Where you going without God's permission? Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Five of Swords. For rebellion is the sin of divination, and arrogance like the evil of idolatry. Because you have rejected the word of the Lord, he has rejected you as king. And if you not being obedient to what God is instructing you to do, or even the promises that you made in front of God, then I don't know where you're going. I can't see where you're going. Because you ain't going nowhere unless God with you. That's what I'm tapped into. Six of Cups energy is out here with the Eight of Swords. Look at Jonah. He thought he was going somewhere. Jonah thought he was going somewhere. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Jonah said, God said, go to Nineveh. Jonah said, shit. Jonah said, I'm not going over there with none of that bullshit shit. The fish swallowed Jonah ass up. I don't know where Jonah was or what he was doing. He might have been dreaming or something like that. Apparently, the fish swallowed his ass up. And until he made it up in his mind to do what the fuck God told him to do, he was in that belly of that motherfucking well. And that's what's on this board over the next 24 hours. Seven of Pentacles in the energy is out with the Six of Cups. So it's like your spirit team is saying you can move forward when you let that shit go and stop playing with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Come on. That's what I'm tapped into. Chariot card in reverse. Where the fuck you think you going if God ain't with you? The Empress energy is in reverse. It ain't gonna be no growing and it ain't gonna be no going until you get gone. Until you let this person, place, thing, or idea that's not good for you get gone. The letter G showing up significantly. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Thank y'all so much for tapping in, tuning in, and turning up. I appreciate your time. Time is a very precious resource. It is something that you don't easily get back. So every moment that we exchange with one another, know that I appreciate you, and I intend on saying something that helps. If I am, leave a like, share this with somebody who needs to hear this, and subscribe if you haven't already. Save the best for last, face ass. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Save the best for last, face ass. Over the next 24 hours. What do my fire babies? Fire! Fire! What do my fire babies need to know most? To walk the highest path for the greatest good. Thank you. Empress energy. Okay. The Empress energy, she's so pretty. She's magnetized. It comes to her. It comes to her. As it is in your heart, so it be in your life. So this is a very magnetic energy. She has control of her mind. Understand that where her attention goes, things grow. Uses her mind to attract the things in her life that she desires. The Empress is sitting pretty. That's how I see it. Nine of Pentacles energy is in reverse. And she gave the king 120 talents of gold, large quantities of spices, and precious gold. Nine of Pentacles energy is in reverse. This is when the Queen of Sheba went to visit Solomon. She must have been one of his bitches or something like that, huh? And she just piped it up and popped it off or something like that. Said, yeah, okay, Solomon. But the energy, if you remember that story from the Bible, Sheba had heard that Solomon was one of the wisest men on the planet at the time. You know, people be doubt, they ain't believe it. So she went to visit him. When she went to visit him, her being a very intellectual person herself, she tested him. She asked him all kind of questions, and they did their little research, and she discovered him to be who he said he is. Three of Empress energies out with the Nine of Pentacles. No, you ain't got shit to prove to nobody. That's what's on this board. What is this? The Six of Pentacles in reverse. Calling his disciples to him, Jesus said, truly I tell you, this poor widow has put more into the treasury than all others. Six of Pentacles energies out here with the Nine of Pentacles energies in reverse. It feels like a pissing contest. It feels like this almost like mental trap that somebody is trying to get you in, where there's like this I get clock radio, he get clock radio. I get TV he cannot afford. It's this type of energy where this person wants you to go into some type of back and forth with them, but they heart not there. Their intentions are not pure. So you could be giving your time, or there are other resources that you could be sharing that'll be way more valuable because you actually care, versus this person trying to be in some type of competition with you. Be aware over the next 24 hours, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, it's a pissing contest. Somebody want to see if they thing long as yours. That's what I'm tapped into. Seven of Pentacles energy is out with the Lover's card. But again, there's this energy of, are you doing it for God? When you fasting, God been working with me on fasting and all this health shit. Okay, cool. I'm hearing you, God. God said when you fasting, you don't fast in front of people. You don't make a show or announcement of it. You make a show or announcement of your fast, and then that's all the reward that you're gonna get from it. But if it's a secret, private, and personal thing between you and God, then the results will be both spiritual and physical, and that's what this is. It's like, are you doing it for God? And if you're doing it for God, then you don't need no recognition for it. And if you're not doing it, if you're doing it for recognition, know that recognition is all you're going to get from it. Where other people might be able to get a spiritual awakening or some type of message through it, you ain't going to get that aspect of it because you're doing it so people can look at you with a certain reason. This is what you have to ask yourself. Sometimes, hello, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, we can be coerced into these situations. Not of our own volition, of our own mind, are we all of a sudden doing things to kind of like a big bag, take little bag, another person. You got to be aware of this, right? Somebody trying to get you into this arena where you're doing things for the validations of others. Because once you need somebody to say, hey, good job, you a slave to them. Only motherfucker you need in your life to say good job is God. You got to go read through your Bible and you read what God say about wisdom and you read what God say about righteousness and you feel like you align with that. That's the only fucking pat on the back you need. Anything else, that shit is sin. That's what's on this board, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, King of Pentacles. So Pharaoh said to Joseph, I hereby put you in charge of the whole land of Egypt. You know what Joseph's sin was? I always think that's so, thought, like, you got to think about it. What did Joseph do? Why he got sold into slavery? If you know about Joseph and the coat of many colors, they used to have plays and all kind of movies, the rainbow coat, Joseph and the coat of many colors, the Prince of Egypt and all of this. You know what Joseph's sins was? I wish I could see the chat. Do you know what Joseph's sin was? He had his dream. And he told his daddy his dream. And then he told his brothers his dream. And they got offended at his dream. And that's the only thing that Joseph did that you can look back in the Bible story and say, well, what the fuck made this happen? What caused this? What brought this on? Are you trying to please God or are you trying to please man? Because maybe these people who you're talking to don't deserve to know your dream. Perhaps that's something between you and God. Over the next 24 hours, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Three of Swords energies in reverse. When Joseph told his brothers, his mother, and his father his dream, they sold him. They put him in a pit. They kept him in a pit for a while. Sold him into slavery when the slave traders came along. He went to prison twice. He was made a servant of a man's household because he didn't want to be with the woman of the house. She accused him of rape, put his ass back in prison until he interpreted the dreams of the king, and that put him right hand of the throne. The only thing he did wrong, he was always destined for that path. God had already showed him in a dream where he was going and what he was going to do. What he did wrong was that he told somebody his dreams. He was braggadocious. He let somebody in on the vision before the vision was completed. Over the next 24 hours, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, the card says, the king was shaken. He went up to the room over the gateway and wept. And as he wept, he said, oh, my son Absalom, if I had only perished instead of you. Oh, Absalom, my son, my son. Now, this is when David went into Bathsheba and then had her husband killed on the front line. So be aware of how sometimes you can be enticed into sin. Be aware of how sometimes you can be enticed into sin in the most subtle ways, because I feel like somebody wants you to get into a pissing contest of some type of showmanship, but that's not of God, because that was the sin of Joseph. And I think that that entity is wanting to take you through a tumultuous path in order for you to get your blessings. This is what I'm tapped into over the next 24 hours. Like I said, Joseph had already had the dream. God already had made the promise. The vision was already set in motion, and the word of the Lord does not return to him void. But the idea that Joseph felt like the need to tell his brothers and his mother and all of these people about his dream was the impediment him in his path and why he went through so many difficulties because of it. Eight of Pentacles energy is out here with the Page of Cups and the Queen of Cups over the next 24 hours. The Ace of Feathers in reverse, right? So I see this vision, and I see this vision on the road to Damascus, while you might be going through very, very difficult things, but this ain't for nobody but between you and God. Hell, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, over the next 24 hours, this vision that you visualizing ain't for nobody but you and God. Understand? Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Be powerful on purpose. You can tell people about it when it's already in motion. Thank y'all so much for your time. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for the love and support. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. It is such a refreshing experience to be able to do this in the mornings, to really get a good look at the energy and look at the day over the next 24 hours. I know for me personally, it's been very, very helpful to kind of be able to, know what to expect in the coming days. So I'm grateful for you. Thank you for tapping in, tuning in, and turning up. I really hope we can do this more often. Over the next 24 hours, what is the most important message for my divine collective? Splitting hairs. Energy is out here controlling. The toxic key to your mind watches every move. Differences are so small, finding fault in something petty. It's like somebody who at one point in time could control the narrative about you through copying, right? Like they was able to control how people thought about you or what they felt about you, and even what was being said about you from or they wanted to. Like somebody who wanted to be able to control the narrative about you by pretending to be you, maybe try to ruin your reputation. This is even the energy of somebody making a fake conversation using things like Photoshop or artificial intelligence in order to kind of mock up documents or mock up, text message conversations and screenshots in order to be able to control the narrative around you. It's no longer working. Divine masculine energy is out here with rebound. The entire scheme was to keep something from coming together, to keep your creativity from coming together with a masculine entity that can make it manifest and materialize in this reality, a Ponzi scheme. It was like a bunch of people working together to keep something from some union from coming together, and it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. It just feels like you got these creative ideas and people was trying to stop the systems that you would utilize to make these creative ideas manifest from being revealed to you. It's ineffective. Cyberbully energy is out here with Ponzi scheme. It's like people who was trying to copy you to control the narrative around you are no longer able to match your frequency, pretend to be you. The artificial intelligence, whatever they were using to make people believe that they were you, it doesn't work anymore. Family issues energy is out here with blindsided. There's also this energy of, let's say you all were close. Like this is not somebody that's as random as you might think it is. It's somebody who knows you personally, even though you don't know this catfish is doing this thing. Let's say it's somebody who knows you personally, right? When you were closer, when you would, we just talked about the curse of Joseph and how he told his family everything that he had going on in his life. When you was telling these people everything that you had going on, what you was planning on doing, what you was going to do next, it was easy for them to copy you. It was easy for them to recreate what you're going to do, but because you withdrawing your energy and are really, really doing things in a more personal or intimate way with God, you got you keeping your shit tight. You keeping your your grass cut low because you're no longer just forthcoming with the information and what you're planning. They can't control the narrative around you anymore. You stay a step ahead. You always was a step ahead, but you was telling them your plan so they could meet you where you were planning to go. But because now they don't know what your plans is, they can't interfere with you. So they still pretending to be you, but they pretending to be you a week ago. You changed your hair and they don't know it because they not privy to your information. They pretending to be you 6 months ago. You changed your profile picture and they don't know it because they not privy to that information anymore. Is this type of energy. Distorted messages, right? And so people can say, oh, well, that person don't even wear their hair like that no more. Oh, no, that's not their profile picture anymore. So people are starting to see that this copycat is not the real thing. Is this type of energy. They can't pretend to be you no more. And as much as literally they might be having issues with their software programming, they might have issues keeping up with who you are, how you representing yourself in some type of social media way. More than that is spiritual. They cannot copy you anymore. The contract has been broken. Listen, I love you so much, and I'm always grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. If you're interested in getting a private and personal reading, you should check out my website, www.tarotondex.com. You can also book me using my link tree. The link tree is Tarot on Dex. And listen, until we meet again, be powerful on purpose. Wholeness. Infinite waters flowing through you. Take it easy.